In this session, I will lead you through latest and future works we are doing on Liferay Connected Services. And for those of you who have never here for that, I will have a brief introduction in basic features of Liferay Connected Services. And all of you who have heard for it, I will have an overview of what's new and what we are planning to do next. So maybe before we begin, I will just ask you if you can raise hand if you ever heard for Liferay Connected Services. Okay, now just almost 1/4 of audience. Nice. So let's see what we have there. So as a developer and administrator, I often bump into various questions about have I tuned my GVM well, or is my machine patched with latest patches? If I go to production, even those questions start to be more complex because I have cluster, I have many sites, and I'm not sure why server is not so responsive. Then I'm thinking about best practices, and in that moment we came up with the idea, let's build a tool that will help developers and administrators to fine-tune their portals, to have an overview of assets they are dealing with, to speed up their work and make all those all-day activities much faster and easier, or even automated. So we designed a system that is a set of components deployed in a cloud environment, and for the end user it is visible as a Liferay Connected Services portal, which is used to register, manage and control your Liferay portal instances. This is a screenshot of dashboard where you can see one machine connected to connected services, and there is this is this is the alert that I have one patch available for my machine. Clicking on the download button, it would download that patch to machine, and it won't install that patch automatically. It will wait for administrator to restart portal. And I will just make a note that for all those things to be enabled, you have to have a patching tool installed. So that's requirement to have all of this. You will be able to monitor, to have basics GVM, metric statistics, application server statistics, page load statistics. If you click on each of those links, you will get statistics of portlets on that page. Or you will have an overview of all portlets deployed on your portal instance with their load frequencies and average load times. Then for advanced users, you will be able to review your cache statistics and maybe even go and tune your multi-VM cache files depending on the results of entity cache. Okay, more statistics. And the requirement for all of that is to deploy a client to your portal instance. LCS client is a small portlet plugin which you deploy to your machine, and it will require you, once it's deployed, it will require you to authorize it to access Liferay Connected Services. You will need to use your liferay.com credentials, and we are using OAuth to authorize it, so no any of those credentials will be stored in a storage of Portlet or your portal machine. You will just, the plugin will get the OAuth token. So you will authorize it to access connected services, and then you will be asked to fill some basic data. In the beginning, I forgot to tell that the idea is to organize your portal instances in projects and environments. So many of you, if you manage Liferay portal instances for your customers, probably project would be something like name of the customer, and environments would be maybe test, development, or production of that customer. So once you bring up the machine, you will choose project, environment, or even create the environment directly from the client. You will name it with some friendly name and click register, what will connect to the connected services. And in that moment, the client will be able not only to just send metrics and statistics to connected services, but also to receive some comments from connected services, like to download particular patch. And all those comments are managed by administrator. So it's not automatized in any way that connected services could in some way do something on their own. So you can even send disconnect command if you think that it's no more there's no need for your instance to be connected to it. So this was the brief overview of functionality we had now. I didn't mention you can manage users. For example, you can invite your colleagues with Liferay.com accounts to join and be part of the project. You can fine-tune the permissions for them if you want them just to be able to see those instances and not to interact with them in any way. So that's the part that I miss because of time, and I think that it's maybe not too interesting like the things which follows this. So now I'll continue with some new things, and those things are inspired with this cloud era of everything. So even our system is deployed in a cloud environment, and we realize that all that I show to you is not applicable to cloud environment, because you have to define and shape your machine instance, and then you will use that image to bring up real machine instances on demand, depending on scaling algorithm you are using in your cloud environment. So there is no time if you have a big load on your system that you bring up machine and then you go and configure it to connect to connected services. So we came up with automatic activation token files, which are scoped to particular environment. And the idea is that you generate the file. It's a small encrypted file with all data the client needs to automatically connect to connected services without any interaction with the customer. Nice thing is, if you have maybe need to discard that file, once you remove it or regenerate it, if you think that it's corrupted or maybe somebody else get into its possession, you can regenerate it. In that moment, any new machine with all token file would be able to connect to connected services, and all currently online machines will be discarded on the next restart. They will need a new file. So what's the workflow with that file? You put that file on a LCS client, and it will detect token file, decrypt it, take all necessary data to connect, and start acting like any other client that was activated by a human hand. Next, nice feature. We choose it like first among many of ideas we got from customers and people who give us feedback in a beta system, is a way to compare our properties, portal properties, with the original portal properties you can find in a portal input jar. So idea is all of you can go and check your properties in a portal control panel, but idea was show me just the properties that I modified in many of the files you can do. So there is also like handy interface to search for those keys, and okay, those are keys that are filtered by the given keyword. So I heard that there are cases where the customers have clusters, and that even happens sometimes that one machine or two machines in cluster has different configuration than administrator was intended to apply to it. So this will be able to detect those anomalies, and for all of you who have clusters, to warn you before problem occur. And what's also nice in our office, because we are all working on same environments, we are usually, when something is not working, asking for other guy what portal properties you have set in your development environment, and we are copy-pasting it in Hangout and Skype, and now it's very easy if all of us connect our machines using token file to same environment. We can easily, because we have those rights, permissions, we can easily check the properties in connected services. And I don't need to disturb my colleague to know why something is working at his machine and not in mine. So, no, we have more things. When we started with connected services, we had a need for how to notify customers about any anomaly. First was like server is offline, and how we tested system, it was beta, and there was a lot of emails, and customers and testers were really crazy about it, because their server was online, but we were restarting or doing something on our system. So we completely reshaped that part, and now you are able to go and configure what you want to receive from connected services, and choose is it project level, just environment. For example, if it's some development environment, you will uncheck all boxes, or if it's something very important, you will check out and scope all these notifications to project. Then this is what is next. All those things I showed are currently being tested. Now we are working on metrics that are that you will be able to show in a time scale, because now the graphs and charts I showed you at the beginning are a snapshot of current latest sampling at your machine. Currently, system is storing all the data, and we are not able to display it, but now we are working to be able to display it in beautiful charts, and it will be much better than this one. This is just sample for you to see it. Then it's a very interesting thing when some customers connected, and they told us, okay, I cannot download patch. I don't see anything new, and I see on a customer portal that there are new patches, and your system is not telling nothing to us. And we told them, okay, but you have your custom hotfix delivered by our support, and we have strict order from them that we should not allow you to patch on yourself if you have hotfix. And then we sit with the support guys, we were brainstorming, and we fine-tuned the algorithm, and the result is that customers with the custom built hotfixes will be able to download latest fix packs in a way that we detect that all fixed issues in a fix pack are compatible with the hotfix we found on your machine. So probably it will make a lot of you very happy. Then this is something that should be done maybe by the beginning of the next year. And the idea is to let the LCS client take control or integrate with the license manager and take control on subscription keys, I mean licenses. So for those of you who are developers and always have to go and generate license and then put it in your portal instance, then you delete it and forget, and then again you are going and download it. It will make your life much easier because client, once connected to connected services, will check all that for you and tell to license manager that you are ready to go. Historical data and analytics. Historical data, I show you a sample what I mean with that data, and analytics, that should be something that will help you to detect problems before you lose your machines and customers. So for those of you who are not aware about Liferay Connected Services, just go to lcs.liferay.com, and I'm not sure that you will be immediately directed. You will be forced to download the client, to deploy it to your machine, and then you will be led by the user interface. Documentation is present. You can go and read. Everything is written step by step. Almost everything I said, and how to install, how to set up a patching tool to be able to work with the LCS client. You have message boards where you can ask questions and you can send suggestions for us. So I hope that we will receive a lot of good suggestions from you. Okay, that's all. And if you have questions, I think that we have enough time to talk.
Thank you, Igor, first of all.
11 minutes.
Thank you. And then we have time for some questions. So we have plenty of time for questions. Anyone for questions? There's a question over here and over there. Okay.
Hi. Will there be any way to install Liferay Connected Services as kind of appliance in the local network? Because usually our server infrastructure is not allowed to talk to the outside world on its own.
Okay, that's a question we hear most of the time. Unfortunately, the system is not available. You mean like to install it in your house? Okay, unfortunately, currently, we didn't plan to do that way. So, but maybe management and others could give you better answers. And a lot of people ask that question, and the only answer currently, this is the only way to work with connected services. Sorry.
Any other questions? I thought there was a question over there. I don't see a hand. Any other questions? No? Well, if not, thanks Igor again. Thanks.
Okay, thank you.